Press the cross button to start.
Alright, you heard the lady. Press the cross button so we can begin. Anyways, I don't know where I'm going with that joke, but maybe it'll turn into something. But I owe you guys a world record because I forgot to record or deleted the H2 one I did in this course earlier, a few days ago. So, we're going to do it in a four-wheel drive STI. And shout out to our boy here for giving us the tip on tuning. Setting the brake force higher and brake bias further back will give us better rotation under braking and cure some of those understeering issues. Why didn't I fully max out braking force and minimize braking bias? I don't know. Maybe I should have, but these settings were really nice and definitely made a big difference in left foot braking. So, jumping in to what is the second fastest time I set. So, just showing the end of it, because these were like 8-minute long courses, and it was going to be probably too much to show both back to back. So I'll just show the fastest one and just the ending clip of this one. This is right at the end. We're pretty close to home. And possibly, if you've been watching the last few videos, here and there, you might know that something happens when you get close to home. Statistically, most accidents happen close to home. And there we go, another one. So, I did do a little freeze frame analysis on this run, and the run I'll show you next. And there is one point before I wipe out there, where on the next run, I'm actually 3 seconds ahead. So, regardless of that wipeout, the next time is going to be faster anyways. And a little caveat, I'm recording this at like maybe 2 a.m. or 3 a.m. Because I just have this thing where I can't go to sleep until I beat this time. If I'm not number one, I'm not going to bed. So you'll notice that in some of the risk levels that I take on my second run. All about managing the risk, right? If we have a good run, we don't want to bin it at the end. So sometimes we might have to slow down so we can eventually go to sleep tonight with the number one time. So jumping in to the fastest time, here we go. Again with these lights that take forever to begin. And away we go. We're going to go straight for just a little bit and then turn into that corner. Going to have a slight left foot braking here just to get a rotation into here, and a harder left foot braking here to really get good rotation so we can get good exit speed out of there, because we have a little mini straight coming up. So, with the Instagram photographer view, let's see how this looked. Nice and tidy and really tight on here so we can get good speed out of there onto this mini straight coming up. And one more time, just because I thought it looked really good. Going straight for just a little bit so we don't bash that inside on the first right there. And then keeping it nice and tidy through here so we can get a good exit, carry good speed through this little mini straight. Going to be staying flat through all of this. Turning in before the crest so we can get ourselves pointed before we lose some of that traction going over the crest. And into here, a little bit of a Scandi flick. Getting ourselves nice and rotated. Show that one again, and nice and close to the wall without hitting it. Here, this 3 tightens, so we're going to want to kind of give it a little bit of a late apex, and staying flat on the throttle through all of this. This is a big stay flat section here for a little bit. Tiny dab of left foot braking to get ourselves rotated into there. And then here, I opt to Scandi flick, just because I was having some rotation issues, even with those new settings. For that turn in particular, so I think a Scandi flick gives you some good rotation. Here, trying to stay wide until it tightens, so we have a nice line through there, and now we're staying pinned through all this. So now we have, again, not quite as straight, but we're pinned through all of it. And a little bit of a left before we go right, just to get a little bit more momentum. He tells us to cut, so yes sir, don't have to tell me twice, I'll take a nice cut through there. Into a little bit of a natural Scandi flick situation. We're going right, then we're going left. Fully flat on the gas and just big overlap on brakes. And you'll see we got a nice little radius from that, right? Trying to keep it as straight as we can, only turn in as much as you need to. Not trying to waste our momentum going sideways, but rather going forward towards our objective. Which is important because we have this straight run here. Turn, brake, hold, downshift into fourth. Getting back on the power a little bit wide there, but managed to save it. Took a little bit better than the last one time around. Here also, we're being told to cut. Yes, sir. You got it. Coming in hot through here, you'll see our split time. I think it'll be a pretty good split time. That's -1 on the second run you saw before. Coming into here, again, trying to keep it as straight as possible so we can keep that speed going in the right direction. Looking up as far as we can go, which is important here, because we're already looking at this right 3. We're looking at this right 3 and seeing how we're going to attack that left 2 so we can get a good exit on that right 3. Again, we're staying flat through all this, you know, abusing those edges of the track as much as we can. It's very friendly here. Nothing's going to really bounce you around too much or puncture your tires. Big brakes there to get ourselves turned in, and flat, flat, flat. Again, we're going to do another one. Turn, brake, hold, and a little bit wide here, but managed to save it. Coming into another natural Scandi flick situation. So big flicks one way or the other way. We're flat on the throttle the whole way, just turning the wheel at this point. Back from one way to the other way. So here we're using big rotations to help ourselves get kind of slowed down and get that momentum moving in the right direction. Kind of like if you think about how a quadcopter drone, right? You kind of have to give yourself more angle going in the direction you want when it's a tight turn. When it's some of these like less tight turns, these 4s, these 5s, then you want to kind of stay as straight as possible. When you have some of these tighter turns, you really have to chuck yourself in, get yourself that momentum. Likewise there, maybe could have downshifted into 3rd. I don't know. I think 4th was a pretty good exit, trying to keep the speed up. Through here we are going to go down to 3rd because I found that 4th kind of made me go wide. Staying pinned through all this. And a little treat for you coming up. Look at the handbrake icon. And you'll notice it didn't go off at all. Using our body weight to get ourselves Scandi flicked into this little hairpin and getting ourselves out of there. And one more time, because I really like this one. Bang, bang, and gone. And this turn up here, we're going to treat as one smooth radius. That's 6 into a 3, just one smooth radius the whole time. Making that body weight work for us. And then again, that little like natural Scandi flick. Right, left, going in through here, into a square. So turn, brake, big brakes, downshift into 2nd, staying flat on the throttle through all of that. And again, brakes to get ourselves rotated, staying flat. Here, upshifting, staying flat. I don't think I'm even left foot braking for this. Up until here, because we really need to downshift. 4th, you run out of power. Even 3rd, you run out of power. So I have to downshift into 2nd there to keep my wheels spinning, keep the power in there, not bog it down. And you can see we're hauling a good pace, kicking up a lot of dirt behind us. Into another hairpin, a little bit of handbrake there just for the extra rotation. Getting ourselves through here. Going to stay in 3rd so we don't go wide on this turn, keeping it nice and tidy. Upshifting through here, we're going to have a blind right coming up, and we're just going to trust the pace notes, and there it is, keeping ourselves on the track, getting ourselves flicked in. And through here, I think this tightens, so getting ourselves slowed down, kind of like for that late apex. Again, here, getting ourselves turned before we hit that crest. So by the time we're at the top of that crest where we have no kind of downforce on the car, you know, the car's getting lighter over the crest, we're already pointed in the right direction. So we're just hammering on the throttle. Here, downhill, kind of hard to stop your car. So on the brakes early, just to stay in control of the situation. Again, we're 5 minutes into this. It's 3 a.m. I'm trying to set the world's fastest time so I can go to bed a happy man. Likewise, going in through here, living on the edge of this cliff, I do kind of pin it through here, but here I do kind of dial it back to like 8/10, 7/10 maybe even, overlapping the brakes the whole time I'm here, honestly, just to keep myself on the course, not flying off. Into another little Scandi, 4 rotation, and getting out of there. This one's kind of nice, a little quick Lightning McQueen, right to turn left, and we're away. And this is another spot, I'll kind of cool it off just a little bit, and you'll see here I get really slow there. Just to stay on the course, just to not bin it. We're 5 minutes, almost 6 minutes in. Here's another spot of death. Definitely. I came close to visiting death that time around. Not the fastest way I took that, but stayed pinned in it. Because when you're in the throttle, you control your destiny, baby. And we're off through here. That's almost like a chicane. They call that a 3 into a 2. I would call that a chicane the way I approach it, at least. Staying pinned through here. Gonna turn left and just believe that this gonna, believe the pace notes. That's 6 left. Gonna start braking through here again. When you go downhill, it's really hard to get yourself slowed down, so braking a little bit earlier, just to make sure we stay in control. Now getting out through here. Another little situation, we're gonna slow down, get ourselves rotated back the other way. Little kind of natural Scandi flick situation, and through here once more. I think we used a little bit of handbrake there to help us out. We'll see in the replay. Again, kicking up all that dirt for, I don't know how far back that is, probably like 3, 4, 5 kilometers. Pretty cool physics in the game. You can see the dirt being pushed off by the wind. Coming into these two square turns. So again, another kind of like natural Scandi flick situation, staying flat in the gas. And now here's where the risk management comes in, because we are close to home. Ladies and gentlemen, there is a lot of death on this cliff. So you're going to see me braking, because I have wiped out several times, specifically on this one. And I just want to go to bed, set a good time. So we're going to, risk management, not take it fully flat. Try not to bin it there. Staying flat in the throttle, controlling our destiny, getting out of there. Left foot braking through some of this. Setting a good pace. You can see on the timeline there, not all of our sectors are perfect, but we're still generally pretty positive in the green. A little Scandi into that turn for rotation. Minimal Scandi. Just a quick one way before the other way. Getting ourselves turned in through here. Avoiding the post like a gentleman. Don't want to have to pay for a new one, right? Let's not knock that one over. And here we are, approaching the scene of our last accident. Close to home. Can we avoid it this time around? Yes, we can. You see, downshifted there into fourth, kind of slowed it up a little bit, right? Risk management. I didn't want to risk it again, so I'm going to take it a little bit safe, just so I can come home. And with that, we have set the best time, personal best. And spoiler alert, you already know what that's going to translate into, which will be the #1 time in World Rally Car on Littichedda. We'll see here in a second. So, thank God, finally we can go to bed after setting that time at probably like 3 a.m. So, this Littichedda, I don't want to oversaturate this one too much, but we do now have 3 world records on this course. So, definitely one that I enjoy. I'll try not to bore you guys posting the same one over and over again, and we'll mix it up. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.